What do a 103-story skyscraper, a museum that changed American history, and one of the world's most powerful waterfalls have in common? They were all part of one incredible journey. Hello everyone, I am Mads and I just packed three incredible destinations into one action-packed week. From deep dish dreams in Chicago to automotive history in Detroit to getting absolutely drenched at Niagara Falls, we are covering every moment of this whirlwind adventure in the next 10 minutes. So buckle up because we are about to take off. We were flying from Boston to Chicago. We landed at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. We have touched down in the windy city, Chicago. Here we come. Our first stop was the iconic Chicago 360. It was evening and the perfect sunset moment. After enjoying the sunset, we headed towards the Tilt. This observation deck gives you the most incredible panoramic view of the city. This is a part of the Chicago 360 and you have to pay extra to get into the Tilt. What makes this special is the Tilt experience. These floor-to-ceiling windows actually tilt outward, giving you a heart-stopping view straight down to the street. But not for the faint of heart, but absolutely worth it for the adrenaline rush. Day 2 in Chicago starts with probably the most famous landmark in the city, Cloud Gate, affectionately known as the Beam. This massive reflective sculpture in Millennium Park is a must-see for any Chicago visitor. The way it mirrors the Chicago skyline is absolutely mesmerizing. It's made of 168 stainless steel plates, wedged together so seamlessly you can't see the seams. And Millennium Park isn't just about the beam. This entire 24.5-acre park is like Chicago's outdoor art gallery right in the heart of downtown. Check out the Crown Fountain. These 250-foot glass towers display video faces of Chicago residents and water actually spouts from their mouths. It's interactive art at its finest. During summer, you will see kids and families playing in the water. It's such a brilliant blend of technology, art, and public space. The park also has the stunning Lyric Garden, the Frank Gehry designed BP Bridge, and the J. Pritzker Pavilion for outdoor concerts. This entire space was transformed from old rail yards into this incredible urban oasis in 2004. From the Millennium Park, we took a leisurely stroll along the Chicago River Walk. This 1.25-mile promenade along the Chicago River is absolutely gorgeous, with waterfront cafes, public art, and these amazing views of the city's architecture from river level. It is the perfect way to experience Chicago's relationship with its river. You have got kayaks paddling by, river taxis zooming past, and the locals just hanging out enjoying the view. It connects so many of Chicago's iconic spots and gives you a completely different perspective of the city. Next up, we are diving into culture at the Art Institute of Chicago. This place houses one of the most impressive collections of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist art in the world. From Monet to Van Gogh, this place is an art lover's paradise. Even if you are not typically into museums, the sheer quality of the collection here will make you leave impressed. We actually took almost 4 hours going through each floor. This is one of the best art museums you can get to see in the world. So don't miss this. To cap off our Chicago experience, we are taking an architecture river cruise tour along the Chicago River. This is hands down the best way to see Chicago's famous architectures. Chicago is literally the birthplace of the skyscraper, and seeing these architectural marvels from the river gives you a completely different perspective. Our guide is sharing some fascinating stories about how each building came to be. It's like a history lesson and sightseeing tour rolled into one. After an amazing day in Chicago, we are hitting the road for a 6-hour drive to Troy, Michigan, where we are staying with my cousin. Road trips are such a great way to see the country, and the drive through Indiana and Michigan gave us some beautiful scenery. Finally made it to Troy at midnight. Nothing beats staying with family, home-cooked meals, and inside local knowledge included. The next morning, we are exploring Detroit. Our first stop is the university area, Wayne State University to be exact. The campus has this incredible blend of historic and modern architecture. Next, we are heading to Belle Isle, a 982-acre island park in the Detroit River. This place is like Detroit's version of Central Park, but surrounded by water. The view of downtown Detroit from here are spectacular, and it's the perfect place to relax and enjoy some nature. Plus, it's completely free to visit. Our afternoon is dedicated to Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn. As someone fascinated by innovation and history, this place is like a candy for me. This isn't just about cars, though there are plenty of those. It's about American innovation and ingenuity. From the bus where Rosa Parks made her stand to the chair Lincoln was sitting in at Ford's Theater before he was killed, the historical significance of everything here is overwhelming. We wrapped up our Detroit day at Great Lakes Crossing Outlet Mall for some shopping therapy. From Detroit, we are making another drive, this time to Buffalo, where we are staying at the Voco Hotel near Niagara Falls. The anticipation is building because tomorrow we get to experience one of the world's most famous natural wonders, and I just couldn't sleep at night. The Voco is perfectly located just minutes from the fall and with great amenities. Perfect base for our Niagara adventure. And here it is, the Niagara Falls. No amount of photos or videos can prepare you for the sheer power and beauty of these falls in person. The sound is thunderous, the mist is everywhere, and the scale is just mind-blowing. We are experiencing Niagara from both the American side and the Canadian sides, and each offers unique perspectives. The American side gets you closer to the individual falls, while the Canadian side gives you those classic panoramic views. But the real highlight has to be the Maid of the Mist boat tour. This takes you right into the basin of the falls, prepared to get absolutely soaked. This is incredible. The power of water is unbelievable. We are literally surrounded by rainbows from all the mist, and the forces of the fall is something you have to experience to believe. Okay, we are completely drenched, but that was hands down one of the most exhilarating experience ever in my life. The Maid of the Mist gets you so close to Horseshoe Fall that you feel like you are inside a thunderstorm. We also explored some of the observation decks and walkways that get you different vantage points. Each spot offers something unique, whether it's the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, or the massive Horseshoe Falls. We also took a train ride, a toy train ride within the Niagara area. The fall has a park, and it takes us across the park in about 20 minutes. You can see the whole park by using these trains. So just use them and you will enjoy the trip. What an incredible 3 days adventure. From the soaring heights of Chicago's architecture to the powerful engines of Detroit's automotive legacy, and finally to the raw, untamed power of Niagara Falls, this trip had it all. 3 cities, 3 completely different vibes, one unforgettable journey. This is exactly why I love traveling. Every destination tells its own unique story. If you enjoyed this worldwide tour, hit that like button and subscribe to Travel with Mads for more adventures every fortnight. Drop a comment and tell me which destination would you want to visit first. Until next time, keep exploring the world. This is Mads signing off. Bye bye.